Like causes produces like effect. You cannot accumulate a fortune by taking the road that leads to poverty. It needs no prophet to tell us that those who live fully up to their means, without any thoughts of a reverse in this life, can never attain a pecuniary independence. And those who live in fear face their fear and gets to enjoy it. Men, women accustomed to gratify every whim and caprice will find it hard to cut down their various unnecessary expenses, will feel great self-denial to live in a smaller house than they have been accustomed to, with less expensive furniture, less company, less costly clothing, fewer servants, less number of balls, parties, theater goings, carriage riding, pleasure excursions, cigar smoking, liquor drinking, extravagances. After all, if they would try the plan of laying their nest eggs, a small sum of money at interest judiciously invested in land, they will be surprised at the pleasure to be derived from constantly adding to their little pile, as well from all the economical habits engendered by this course. The own suits of clothes, the own bonnets, dress, will answer for no reasons. The crotons or spring water taste better than champagne. A cold water and a brisk walk will prove more exhilarating than a ride in the finest coach. A social chat, an evening's reading in the family circle, an hour's play to hunt the slippers and blind man's buff would be more pleasant than a $50 or $500 party, when the reflection of the difference in cost is indulged by those who begin to know the pleasure of saving. Thousands of men are kept poor, tens and thousands are made so after they have acquired quite sufficient to support them well through life, in consequence of laying their plans of living on too broad a platform. Some families expend $20,000 per annum, and some much more, and would scarcely know how to live on less, while others secure more solid enjoyment frequently on a 20th part of that amount. Prosperity is more a severe ordeal than adversity, especially sudden prosperity. Easy come, easy go. The spirit of pride and vanity, when permitted to have full sway, is the undying cankerworm that gnaws the very vitals of a man's worldly possession, let them be small or great, hundreds, millions. Many persons, as they begin to prosper, immediately expand the ideas and commerce, expanding luxuries, until a short time the expenses swallow up their income, and they become ruined in their ridiculous attempt to keep up experiences and make a sensation. The foundation of success in life is good health, the substratum fortune, the basis of happiness. A person cannot accumulate a fortune very well when he is sick. He has no ambition, no incentive, no force. Of course, those who have bad health cannot help it. You cannot expect that such a person can accumulate wealth. But there are many great poor in health who need not be so. So, the sound health is the foundation of success and happiness in life. How important it is that we should study the laws of health, which is another expression for the laws of nature. The nearer we keep to the laws of nature, the nearer we are to health. How many good persons there are who pay no attention to natural laws, absolutely transgress them, even against their own natural inclination, that is, the sins of ignorance, that winked in regard to the violations of nature's law. Their infraction always brings the penalty. Many of our ancestors knew very little about the principle of ventilation. They did not know about oxygen, that gin they may have been acquainted with, and they built a house with 7-9 bedrooms. These old pious Puritans would lock themselves up, say their prayers, and thank for the preservation of our lives, only because of the crack in the window that let the fresh air in. Many persons knowingly violate the laws of nature against their better impulses for the sake of others' ideas, fashion, and nothing living except a vile worm ever naturally loved, such as tobacco, a poisonous thing, a filthy weed that takes a firm hold of them. Married men who run about spitting tobacco juice on the carpets and floor and upon their wives as well, proves that artificial appetite, like jealousy, grows by what it feeds on: sugar, drugs, alcohol. When you love that which is unnatural, a stronger appetite gets created for the hurtful thing than the natural desire for what is harmless. An old proverb says that habit is second nature, but an artificial habit is stronger than nature. And a child copies adults. Young lads regret that they are not men. They go to bed boys and wake up men, but they copy the bad habits of their elders. Little Tommy and Johnny see their father smoke a pipe and they say, if only I could do that, I'll be a man too. Only because their elders do that too. And then they practice and copy the adults and find that the alcohol is gross and bitter, and the cigars are nasty, bitter. But because of the desire to be like the elders, they kept on, and in time, the nicotine and the habits and the psychology of having something to rely on gets a hold of the mind of the child, and the habits becomes hard to break. And he can give up food more easy than to give up the weed, or the habits of having something in the hand to keep busy and to keep the mind busy, of doing something. And this is the problem these days. When you go against the laws of nature and take and oppose your mother nature. Amen.